Hello, hello. I am back to do another watercolor and doodling video. I didn't know what to do for this video. Uh, I know I wanted to paint and I didn't want to have a plan. I mean, I don't normally have a plan, but I really just didn't want to have, uh, uh, um, didn't want to have a forethought. I didn't want to have an idea or a, a thought going into it, and because I didn't really have one. So I thought, well, what do I do? I want to record for you guys. So what do I do? I need to put up some content. I want to put up some content, you know. I want to interact with you guys. And, well, I need to watercolor. I haven't watercolored in a few days. So I thought I would take a cue from CC Creations here on YouTube. And she did, I don't know, a couple, 2-3 weeks back, she did a video where she just dropped down some color and did some kind of mindless doodling, if you will. And I don't remember the reason why she did it, but she made me remember something you do as kids, that you start to doodle, and then you start to draw, or you start to color, and then you give it to your friend, and then they finish it off, right, or vice versa, or something like that. And I kind of remember doing that as a kid, and I thought, well, I don't want to kind of do that necessarily. I mean, I do, but I don't. I know, it's weird, right? I am going to fall back to some of the doodle. You guys remember these are doodle prompt cards. So I am going to incorporate some of these into the work today. And I'm going to use a clip, and this is just going to help me prop up my book. And I'm going to use some doodling pens. Not my usual pens. I just brought out a couple pens to just whatever happens with the pens. But I did kind of go for a color palette. I knew there was a color palette I wanted to work with. And it's one of my favorite that Juanita, she spends here on YouTube, introduced me to earlier this year during a jelly plating session. And I've loved it ever since. And it doesn't matter how I do it or what medium I use to do it with. I just love the color palette. And it's a mix of purple, blue, black, white, and gold. And so I'm going to try to use that palette in a way, hopefully, and just doodle with it. It doesn't matter how it works out, whether it works or doesn't, you know, and you know, if I have to bring in gouache, I'll bring in gouache, but I'm going to try to use the white of my paper for this session. So I am going to turn to a white page in here, whichever one is the next one available. Let's see. So here, and let me tape this with my fabric tape. I'll do that right away. And I also knew, you know, like other than the color palette, because again, that was the only thing I knew what I wanted to do was the color palette. I knew I wanted to use my flat brush. I hadn't used my flat brush in a while. So I knew I wanted to do that. So this is going to be a flat brush and color palette plan. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever doesn't. Doesn't have to make sense. It's not going to be it may not be a cohesive piece. I don't know, you know. And, you know, hey, we'll just kind of see as we go along. And if I may change out a color, who knows? Yeah, it's just going to be a whatever. But I kind of think I want to stick to that color palette. I don't think I want to detour, but I may. You know, these watercolor warm-up sessions are really for you to, you know, play and get back to basics and, you know, just kind of, you know, or help those that are new to watercoloring kind of just, you know, play with the medium, you know, or new to doodling, have a way to express that want to play with that, you know, that art, right? So I know I want to give it some lift, and that's why I brought the clip out. Let's see. So maybe I will, and this is my my 1/2 inch flat brush. And do I want to, I'm trying to think if I want to plop some water on there and then kind of, or I'm trying to think how I want to start out. You know, do I want to wet it first, or do it, you know what, I don't know. I want the, I think I want the colors to really, I think I want to, have a little bit of control. Let's just start with the blue. And pick your favorite blue. I'm just gonna kind of put this down, and it doesn't really have to equal a shape of any sort. I'm just gonna kind of soften the edge a little bit, let it wander around where it wants to go. Sometimes I like just doing these abstract pieces because you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes they can just, you know, you can tip your paper if you want more, if you want the color to travel more. I thought I wanted to, I'm a person that loves drips, so I might give this ooh, some drippy help. Yeah, I think I do want the drips. I think I am going to get rid of that. That's just in my way. Now, see here. And I don't want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. So I guess I'll just, you know, kind of maybe put it down. Kind of tip it up, tip it back so you guys can see what it's doing here. Or maybe that's kind of too loud for the video, maybe. I'm just spraying it with some water now to give it, yeah. See, I like the drips, but I also like how it, see how it spiders? I love that, but it has to be incidental, right? Can't be, they're best when they're not made on purpose. I like them when they're just kind of incidental, kind of doing what they want to do. So I should have sprayed it first, or yeah, and then kind of let it do what it wants to do. Yeah, and I'm gonna keep bringing this back down so you guys can have a see what I'm doing. Okay. Now let's introduce. Now I don't use black, so I'm not going to. What I am going to use is my neutral tint, which is a very dark color. So I'm going to introduce that now, and that will be to place some black, which is it pretty much almost looks black. And I just think it's a prettier color to use. And some neutral tints are more blue than gray. See, I love all those incidental spiders that you get. All right, so that's now let's see. Let me I think I am going to dry this up now because I like what it's doing so far, and yeah, I like what it's done so far. And then I want to come back with some more colors, kind of going maybe the other way, or kind of maybe going sideways. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna let it travel a little bit so I can get some more of that spidering there. And the more you allow it to do it, or the more pigment. See, and then we can print some blue. I say that as I'm adding more paint, right? I do want it to be a little bit darker before we, yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go away. I'm going to dry this, and then I'll come right back, and then we'll do some more to it. Okay, so it's dry. Now I think I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to give it a spray. And let's see, let's have one going there. I'm going to be a little bit more judicious where I put the paint. Paint's only going to go, watercolor only goes where it's wet. So you can kind of dictate where it's going to go within reason. I do have it elevated, so it did travel a little bit further than I wanted. There we go. I want that. Okay. And now let's see, let's have one coming from this side. I should have had this coming all the way from the bottom there. I want it even. I want it not even. I want it uneven. I want it to be organic and uneven, and I like what it's doing over here. Kind of clean this up a little bit. You can always wipe back don't want. Okay. And while that settles a minute, I did have to, where's it on? Oh, it's on my cards. Sometimes gravity is your best friend. Not like, you know, when you get older and we say that gravity is not your best friend. Not in this case. Okay, let me turn that around. I think I'm liking that so far. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in a bit more of the purple, I think. With that, just to get that on edges, or in spots rather. Okay, and then I'm going to get a little bit more of the neutral tint into my palette. I have a nice dark just floating it in there, letting it do what it wants to do. You know, it's still wet from when I put it in here before. I want to give it one little bit of spray. That. Okay. A little bit of bloom down there. That makes watercolor interesting. Providing you're not trying to, you know, paint a pretty flower or nothing. Or, you know, that you like blooms. I do. Especially when I'm doing abstract. They can really lend themselves to make an abstract interesting with watercolor. Okay. Let's see. Do I like that? I love that corner, and I like what's going on up there. Let's introduce a little bit of black up there. And Okay. I don't know what this is, but again, it's abstract. It's not supposed to be anything, right? And let's see. Let's bring a little bit more purple into the mix. All right, I think I'm going to stop before I get too carried away because, you know, that's never happened, right? Yeah, let me dry this and then I'll come back and then we'll see if I want to doodle yet. Sometimes you see things differently after you dry. Watercolor always looks different after it dries. And yeah, it just always looks different. Okay. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Let me hold it up so you guys can really see it. I love it. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do what Cece did on her video with, let's see, I got an 01, now it's 03. So I'm going to start with the 01, and I don't know where I want to start my doodling. I'm not going to do exactly what she did, but I'm going to take cue from her. It kind of looks like a dream catcher, doesn't it? That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. So maybe I'll come up and around. I was kind of thinking about maybe going landscape with it. Then maybe I'll just come up and come back down around. And yeah, I mean, it kind of looks dream catcher-ish, doesn't it? And you got the, somehow I got, you know, I got the circle here-ish, and then I got the things hanging down. I don't know. Kind of reminds me of dream catcher. So let me see, is this pen working? Let's start there. It is. All right, so I don't know which way I should do it. You know, you kind of write like this, so I don't want to do straight lines, but maybe I want to do like this lines. Let's do that. Let's, instead of doing what we'd normally think to do, let's do it opposite. Let's do, oh, this is going to, maybe I need a thicker pen right now. This is an 03. I mean, they're both working, but I don't know if I'm going to be able, I want to write lightly though. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Don't know what all that is, but we're going to go with that for now. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if this one is just going to help me. I go like this pen. See, I don't really like these little pens. Nope. I just don't really know. think this is going to be what I want. This one is kind of kind of thick, but that's okay. Kind of comes up. Color that in. Straighten it out. Okay. Straighten this out. If you don't like all your lines, what you do is you thicken them up, and then they don't look like they're so crooked. You know, so not. I don't know. What do you want to call it? Like it just wasn't. I wasn't liking the shape. Like misshapen. That's the word I was looking for. Geez, Shauna, get the words out. One second, I've got to pause you guys and take this phone call. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Had to take the phone call from the ghost. You know, the significant other. I don't know how significant he is. We were joking about that yesterday. And I said, okay, insignificance then. And yeah, those of you that have been following me know that my boyfriend, we call him the ghost. So yeah, and see I went on the lines there, so I'm going to thicken it right there. So there's no gap, right? And that's okay. I don't mind thicker lines. I just don't necessarily always, I don't want a gap, right? So I'm going to, and if you go out or you have a misshape that you don't like, make it thicker until you like the shape. So I'm going to come way out here because I want to make this like a teardrop. I would like that better. I'm going to turn this here. Like that better. I'm going to thicken this line here a little bit. There we go. Make those lines in there a little bit thicker to meet this one here. And that's okay. I am okay with thicker lines in some places and thinner in others. Nothing wrong with that. You just keep doodling until you like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into fast forward mode now and put on some music for you. And then when I'm done, I will come back. Okay? And yeah. And if I have something to say in between, I'll pause. So I'm back, and I am going to do the last thing. You've seen all the doodling I've done, and I'm going to do the last thing, which is add some gold. Now, the question is do we want to add rose gold or gold? I'm just going to add the gold. I'm just going to add the gold because, yeah, now where's my favorite brush to do that with? I think it's this one. This one? Yeah, let's try this one. I think this one has some dust on it. So I don't use my metallics all the time. Keep this tray. You know what? No, this is not going to work. I keep it under my thing, so I mean it doesn't have a lot of dust on it, but yeah, it's too much dust for my taste. And there, you know, I moved my studio out to the front of my house area, and I think that's how it got so much dust in it. I'm going to have to put, I think I'm going to have to put a cover on this. So I use this only for my metallics and special colorings. Well, actually, no, I'm converting, I'm going to be simplifying my watercolor palette. Is that something you guys want to see? Me simplify my watercolor palette and re-swatch everything. Do you guys like swatch videos? I don't know. If you guys like that kind of stuff, let me know. I'll put it out, you know, I'll record while I'm doing it. If you don't like it, I won't. I don't know. But or maybe I will, and those who want to see it can. I don't know. I have a couple videos out on my channel as I've redone my palette over the years, but I don't know if anybody likes those kind of videos. If you like those kind of videos, let me know, okay? All right, so I got some of my Kremer gold here. I love this. I love this gold. So very little water, more gold than water. So it's a very nice consistency. It's like cream. It's like creamer. Kremer is creamer. No, it's like cream milk. It's like the, you know, the consistency of like your coffee creamer. It's not, you know, I don't know. It's not thick, but it's not thin. You just kind of get to know it, okay? Okay, and I'm just going to twist my brush a little bit so I get my point back on my brush. See see the consistency? So it's no water, it's got no real, it's not dripping on the, it's not, you know, moving on the palette there, okay? Yeah. I'm just going to add a little bit of gold right there in the center. Somehow this became, it went from an abstract to a dream catcher. And I hope you guys were able to see all the, well, I'll know when I go to edit this video. You guys were able to see all the doodling. I know I didn't bring the camera down. I realized that after the fact. So I hope you guys were able to, you know, see a lot of what I was doing. If you want some fabulous, fantastic, in my opinion, the best metallics watercolors, and I've tried a lot of them, from homemade to whatever, and I've had some pretty good ones over time. The Kremer pigments are the bomb, and they're worth every penny you spend. And they're you know, they're not cheap by any means. I mean, you don't get a whole tube of them, you know. Um, they are fantastic. I mean, just their color, and I feel like, I mean, all the I should have put the lines in one of the circles, but I felt like it needed some circles over there. You know what? Let's fix something. I think I need to make a couple loops over here, right? We're a little off our rocker. Let's well, let's move this out of the way so I don't stick my hand in it. Let's you know what? Let's make a loop right here. See, fixing in mid doodle. Okay, we'll make that a gold piece, and then let's not mess with that one. Rather, let's no, I did want to make this a little bit thicker down there. Let's oh, you know what? Let's let's see, where do we want to add that third one? That one's up there, so that looks good, but maybe you know what? I guess I'm gonna have to mess with this one right down here. We'll make this one. There. All right. So now, make sure this doesn't look weird. Okay. All right. Not that it matters, you know, this isn't going into some museum, you know, your journal, your sketchbook, your doodle book is really just for you, you know, I mean, really. Back to the awesome consistency I had. Adding a little more paint because it's okay if I go a little bit over the line because I can come back in with my pen and redoodle around the gold. I just like the way that this brush, I need to get a small one. This is a size 6, Princeton Neptune. Just like the way that the point on this one puts down the metallic. Okay, so that looks better. Now I feel better. Now I feel better. Okay, so I'm going to clean off my brush, savor a little bit of gold that I have on there. And I will hold this up so you guys can see it a little up closer. Yeah. Tilt a little bit so you can see the shine of the gold. I like that. This is so far one of my favorite pages in this book. It's not my favorite page over time, but I mean in this book so far, and we've done a few. I love this one. I like this one. This one was fun to do. I mean, I like this one. I mean, I actually like a lot of them, but I think this is one of my favorites, and it's probably because I like the color combo. We have the white, the black, the purple, the blue, and the gold, and I just really, really like it. And I'll go around and I'll clean up. I'll bring out. I've got one little spot there. I am going to fix my edges on these two. And then it'll be done. And I probably should have made that one bigger, because right, this is the center, the eye of the storm. Okay, after this I'm done, I think. No, I should be done after this. Should be it. Yeah. Okay, I am going to let this dry now and go work on another video for you guys. And then I will, when this is, I will post a picture and work on editing the video and get it up on my channel for you guys. Let me know what you think. And if you do it, let me see it. Oh, and in fact, if you trouble you guys, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either one. It's real important for my channel. Okay? Thumbs up, thumbs down, or thumbs down, thumbs up. Bye. Thank you for watching. Love you all.